evening from Battle Creek, Michigan. Certainly appreciate Tristan Jensen, the entire management and staff of the Battle Creek Colonels for the invite to come over for the weekend and call a couple hockey games here in beautiful Battle Creek, Michigan, as we get set to go for the first of three meetings of the season between these two former division foes in the USPHL Premier Midwest Division. Of course, MJDP still in that division, while prior to last season, the Battle Creek Colonels moving over to the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division, as this is the first of three meetings between these two clubs. Coming into the game tonight, your home team, the Battle Creek Colonels, currently sitting fifth in the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division standings. Record of 5 wins, 6 losses, good for 10 points. They have lost their last two games. They are 5-5 in their last 10. Those last two games, an 8-0 setback at the hands of the Toledo Cherokee in the last home game here at the rink, BC. The previous night on October 17th, a 6-3 loss at the hands of the Fort Wayne Spacemen. Their last win coming 13 days ago. The Colonels defeating the Chicago T-Rex by a score of 8-5. MJDP from the USPHL Premier Midwest Division coming into the game, tied for third in the USPHL Midwest Division. On the Premier side, a record of 1 win and 4 losses. Does come with an asterisk, though. 4 of the 5 teams in the Midwest Division have played no more than 5 games, while the Fort Wayne Spacemen, the division leaders, have already played a whopping 14 games this season already. MJDP lost their last game, which was back on October 15th, 9 days ago, over at Mount Clemens Ice Arena. 8-4 setback at the hands of the Fort Wayne Spacemen. 2 weekends ago, on October 10th, MJDP picked up their first win of the season, a 5-3 victory over the Fresh Coast Freeze. Leading the way for the Battle Creek Colonels, it is the 19-year-old from Astana, Kazakhstan, the 19 of Baden Guntapov. Guntapov already 11 goals, 15 assists, 26 points on the season. He is currently tied for 5th overall in USPHL Premier in scoring. Guntapov going to be definitely one to watch for the Colonels here this evening. Highest score amongst defensemen on the Colonels roster, the 19-year-old Battle Creek native, the 92 of Colton Place. Place 2 goals, 6 assists, 8 points on the season. For the Metro Jets Development Program, MJDP, their leading scorer also happens to be the leading scorer amongst defensemen on the roster. It is the 17-year-old from Wheeling, Illinois, the 93 of Daniel Luska. Luska, no goals yet, but he's got 6 assists on the season to lead the way for MJDP. Highest scorer amongst forwards on the roster, the 18-year-old from Miami, Florida, the 11 of Lucas Benavidez. Benavidez, 4 goals, 1 assist, 5 points on the season so far for Benavidez. As this weekend, the first of 2 in a homestand for the Battle Creek Colonels. They'll face off against MJDP's brothers from across their locker room at Mount Clemens Ice Arena, the Metro Jets. That'll be a face-off 7 o'clock tomorrow night right here at the rink, BC. We'll go on the air about 6:45 for a quick pregame show before we jump into the second matchup of the season between the Battle Creek Colonels and the Metro Jets. Getting set to go as we get ready for pre-race ceremonies here in Battle Creek, Michigan. Let's meet the starting lineups. And first, for the Metro Jets Development Program, MJDP, starting in goal, the 16-year-old from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, the number 70 of Arnold Party. On defense, the 18-year-old from Vilnius, Lithuania, the 46 of Paul Justinas. And alongside him, the 18-year-old from Macomb, Michigan, the 53 of John Legibokov. Starting at center, the 19-year-old from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the 57 of Ben McLean. On his left side, in the left wing, the 18-year-old from Garden City, Michigan, the 71 of Caleb Curto. And on the right wing, the 18-year-old from Dallas, Texas, the 91 of Aiden Rabone. Head coach of MJDP is Jake Howie, his 3rd season behind the bench. For the Battle Creek Colonels, in goal, the 20-year-old from Grand Haven, Michigan, the 29 of Galvin Reagan. On defense, the 19-year-old from Mill Creek, Utah, the 16 of Ben LeBaron. And alongside him, the 19-year-old Battle Creek native, the 92 of Colton Place. Starting at center, the 20-year-old from Hayden, Idaho, the 98 of Ashton Reagan. Alongside him at the left wing, the 20-year-old from Krakow, Poland, the 8 of Arek Sebesto. And on the right wing, the 19-year-old from Astana, Kazakhstan, the 19 of Baden Guntapov. General manager, head coach of the Battle Creek Colonels is Tristan Jensen, his 4th season behind the bench for the Colonels. So our referees making their way onto the ice will be getting going here with pre-game ceremonies in just a matter of moments. Several games on the docket here today throughout the USPHL Premier. As far as those with reference to the Midwest and the Great Lakes Division, a final already today. The Chicago T-Rex defeated the Chicago Crush by a score of 6-4. Later on tonight, here in about 2 minutes, the Toledo Cherokee will host the Red River Spartans over at Team Toledo Ice House in Toledo, Ohio. The Columbus Mavericks will host the Fresh Coast Freeze later on tonight. Ohio Health Chiller Ice Rinks North in Lewis Center, Ohio. The Chicago Cougars will host the Fort Wayne Spacemen. That's an 8 o'clock Eastern Time face-off. Along with several other games throughout the league about to get underway relatively soon on a busy Friday night here on the USPHL Premier side of things. As we get set to go. First of 3 meetings between these two clubs. Even though not in the same division no more, they will see each other again on December 11th during the 2025 USPHL Chicago Showcase at the Summit Ice Center in Lockport, Illinois, outside of Chicago. And then MJDP returns here to the Rink BC on February 13th. So 3 meetings between these two clubs, former Midwest Division foes, before Battle Creek moving over to the Great Lakes Division. MJDP carrying a commanding all-time record of 10 wins, 1 loss. No overtime losses, no shootout losses against the Colonels, though the last time these two teams played, got to go all the way back to November 16th of 2024, Battle Creek winning their first ever game against MJDP, a 5-2 count over DP back on November 16th. The teams making their way out onto the ice. Little pregame ceremonies here at the Rink BC on a Friday night. So looking forward to this one. Of course, tomorrow night, the Colonels will host the Metro Jets. The brothers from across the locker room for MJDP. That is tomorrow night. Face-off at 7 o'clock. So MJDP getting introduced to the crowd here this evening. By the way, the scratches for the game and the additions. First for the Metro Jets Development Program. Scratch number 6 of Donald Pratt. Scratch number 24 of Connor Wheeler. Scratch number 62 of Ronnie Lubbers. Scratch number 66 of Braden Graham. And scratch number 92 of Thomas LeBlanc. Also scratch number 1 of Cooper Langley. Add to the lineup the 22 of Liam Smith. The 23 of Cameron Schaefer. And the 67 of Grady Smith. For the Battle Creek Colonels, scratch number 17 of Ethan Miller, scratch number 18 of Aiden Vessel, scratch number 44 of Zach Wolf, scratch number 83 of AJ Prioli, also scratch number 38 of John Cordova, and scratch number 64 of Jack Staywick. A couple number changes. Tonight the number 18 will be Carson Abel, while the number 17 will be Lucas Andruskevich. So just about set to go. The teams being introduced to the fans here at the Rink BC. For Battle Creek, they're enjoying the midst of a 5-game homestand. This is game number 4 of that homestand. They are 1-2. As mentioned, October 11th, defeating the Chicago T-Rex by a score of 8-5 before losing the last 2 games. A 6-3 count to the Fort Wayne Spacemen and a 8-0 count at the hand of the Toledo Cherokee as we pause for the playing of our national anthem. Pre-game ceremony is complete. National anthem is played. It's time to play some USPHL Premier Hockey on a Friday night here in Battle Creek, Michigan. Your referee is Trevor Lewis. The linesmen are John Sharapone and Grant Libstaff as the Battle Creek Colonels. Of course, the home team here at the rink BC in Battle Creek, Michigan. They're wearing the lime green uniforms, dark green shoulders, yellow, black, and gray trim. They'll be skating right to left on your television screen while the Metro Jets Development Program, MJDP, play their home games at Mount Clemens Ice Arena, located about 30 minutes northeast of Motown, Detroit, in Mount Clemens, Michigan. They are the road team, of course, today, wearing the patriotic white uniforms, blue shoulders, and red trim. They'll be skating left to right on your Black Bear TV dials. We get set to go. Once again, certainly appreciate Tristan Jensen, the entire Battle Creek Colonels organization, for the invite to come over this weekend and call a couple home games. Just happens to be two of the clubs that part of the Metro Jets Hockey Club. My name is Matt Preer, the voice of the Metro Jets Hockey Club. Glad to have you with us here in Battle Creek, Michigan, and we are underway. John Lejabokov sends it across over to Caleb Curto, knocked away there by Ben LeBaron, and picked up by Yuzhusinis. Yuzhusinis sends it across into the Colonel zone, picked up there by Colton Place. Kept in, though, by Caleb Curto, but knocked away by the 57 of Ben McLean. But kicked back in by Curto. McLean kicks it away again, and then Colton Place grabs it, sends it across over to the 19. Guntapov. Guntapov sends it across, looking for Arik Sebestio, but knocked away by Aiden Rabone. Guntapov picks the pocket of Rabone, trying to feed it across to Ashton Reagan, no relation to starting goaltender Galvin Reagan. And the puck sent down into the Colonel's zone. Picked up by Connor Hewlett. Will bring it in. Hewlett, the 18-year-old from Howell, Michigan, sends it over in the DP zone. Picked up there by Spencer Stanhope. Trying to get it out, but kept in by Hewlett. Now Lejabokov grabs it. Off the boards, their teammate Clovis Gamelin. Gamelin now off the board, looking for Kobayashi. Knocked off the puck there by Hewlett. Benavidez grabs it, but was kicked off it by the 13, Nick Marcella. Comes across in the neutral zone, and here come the Colonels back the other way. Simon Rosinski with a shot. Arnold Parody makes a save, and he'll hang on with 18:43 to go here in period number one. Now let's meet MJDP goaltender Arnold Parody, the 16-year-old from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. A .545 goals against average, an .873 save percentage. He's 1-2 on the season. Does have the credit for the one win for MJDP this year, a 5-3 victory over the Fresh Coast Freeze back on October the 10th. As DP gets it out of their own zone, knocked right back in, though, by Nick Marcella. As Mario Boscovich sends it across the Stanhope, was looking there for Benavidez. Kicks it up to Chris Kobayashi, but was knocked away by Connor Hewlett. Hewlett now with the puck. He'll feed it back over to Jake Mandeville. Mandeville sends it up. Off the pass there, was looking for Hewlett. That was Rosinski, but it comes back into the neutral zone. Mandeville back over to Hewlett. Hewlett now will fire it into the MJDP zone. Parody will play it there and leaves it there for Mario Boscovich. Boscovich now to Spencer Stanhope. Stanhope sends it across to Clovis Gamelin. Gamelin now will bring it in. Gamelin through center ice. He's got Kobayashi trailing. Trying to feed it across to him, but comes back, and now Daniel Luska sends it right back in. Picked up there by Tyler Kemp, the 19-year-old from Trenton, Michigan. Feeds it over to the 28 of Josh Lang. Lang couldn't get it out. Gets a little bit of help there from Mandeville. And on the second effort, comes back in the neutral zone. Josh Getson lost it there to Grady Smith. Smith now over to Blake Brackett. Brackett lost the puck there to Josh Lang. Puck comes back to Noah Badurka. Badurka now pressured off the puck there by the 20 of Logan Taylor. Brackett trying to send it over the corner, looking for Grady Smith, who started the year with MJDP before being sent down to the Metro Jets Elite program. And puck sent down on an icing call with 17:06 to go here in period number one. Grady Smith played one game for MJDP before getting some work with the Metro Jets Elite team. And Smith, third leading, tie for second on the Elite team in scoring in 3 games, had 3 assists. Getting the call back up to the Metro Jets development program. He did play in the opener back on September 19th against the Metro Jets at Mount Clemens Ice Arena. As Bederka's shot was blocked, it comes back in the neutral zone. Daniel Luska will grab it. Send it across over to Alex Fournier. Fournier now to Noah Bederka. Bederka, we're looking for Grady Smith. Smith pickpockets the 11 to Josh Getson. And it comes back in the neutral zone. Getson will grab it and sends it in. Hops over to Sekaparity, and Daniel Luska will grab it. Luska, one of the many graduates of the Metro Jets elite system. Leading scorer right now. And now picked up there. Shot by Ashton Reagan. And fought off by Arnold Parody. And deflects up the netting and out of play with 16:23 to go here in period number 1. We're talking about graduates from the Metro Jets elite squad. Daniel Luska, of course, the leading scorer at the moment. Also getting the call up to MJDP prior to the start of this season was the 13 of Jarrett LeGros, who's got the puck now. LeGros, nice little stick handle with a shot, saved by Reagan. LeGros a graduate, so is Landon Graham. Ronnie Lubers is a scratch as Galvin Reagan makes a save. Let's meet Galvin Reagan, the 20-year-old goaltender from Grand Haven, Michigan. Reagan now in his 4th season in the USPHL Premier. His 3rd stint with the Battle Creek Colonels. Started the year with the Colonels back in the 22-23 season. Spent the 23-24 campaign with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights. Came back to the Colonels and started last year with the Motor City Gamblers before finishing the year back home with the Colonels. His 4th year of USPHL Premier play. 3rd stint for Galvin Reagan from not too far away in Grand Haven, Michigan. About an hour and a half northwest of here. Picked up there by Stanhope with a shot, patted away by Reagan. And here come the Colonels back the other way. Nice pickpocket there by Ben McLean. McLean sends it up to Caleb Curto, trying to feed it to Aiden Rabone, the former Atlanta Mad Hatter. And puck comes around the other way to the number 20, Logan Taylor. Taylor trying to get it out. Hand pass there by Guntapov and picked up by Mario Boscovich. Boscovich now to Stanhope. Stanhope now to Rabone. Rabone knocked to the ice by Josh Getson, the captain for the Colonels. As the Colonels trying to throw a little body around. Drew Wendland trying to feed it back to Tyler Kemp. And picked up by Wendland, leading scorer last year for the Fresh Coast Freeze before coming to the Battle Creek Colonels. He's knocked off the puck there by Alex Fournier. Tyler Kemp knocked off the puck there as well. Now picked up by Getson with a shot off the crossbar. Comes back to Logan Taylor. Taylor, his 2nd season with the Colonels. Now Caleb Curto will grab it, sends it across into the neutral zone. Fired right back in by Josh Lang, and Daniel Luska will grab it. Luska now over to Clovis Gamelin. Gamelin trying to feed it to Kobayashi, but was knocked away. Gets it back. And on the 3rd try, brings it on the neutral zone. Gamelin now to Kobayashi. Lost it in the skates. And comes back to Drew Wendland. Wendland feeds it back, goes for a line change. And comes back to Josh Lang. Lang lost it to Benavidez. Benavidez brings it in. Backhand shot. Save patted away. Rebound comes out. Puck is loose. The net comes off the moorings with 13:49 remaining here in period number 1. Face off deep in the Colonel's zone. 13:49 to go here in period number 1. Picked up there on the face-off draw win. Guntapov. Send it across. Kemp. Knocked away there by Kobayashi. Now Alex Fournier feeds it up to Lucas Benavidez. Had a golden opportunity just a little bit ago. But Galvin Reagan comes up big between the pipes for the Colonels. Alex Fournier over to Kobayashi. Had it knocked away. And now Kemp or Josh Lang trying to feed it up. icing the gate. It forces Party to play the puck. Had a little trouble with it. Backhand shot on the turnover. And the Colonels score. RX Sebesto on the turnover for goaltender Arnold Party. And RX Sebesto strikes first for the Battle Creek Colonels. As Sebesto, the 20-year-old from Krakow, Poland, his third goal of the season. And the Colonels strike first. They lead 1-0. Just a little hesitation by MJDP goaltender Arnold Party. And it cost them big time. And it results in the Colonels taking a 1-0 lead. RX Sebesto with the goal. His third of the season and they're crediting an assist to Bogdan Guntapov. That comes at the 6:14 mark of the first period to give the Colonels a 1-0 lead. Yuzushinis sends it in. Lejabokov on the other side sends it over to Noah Badurka. Badurka brings it in, feeds it across to Grady Smith, but the net comes off the moorings. 12:43 to go here in period number 1. The opportunity was created off the turnover by Party, and RX Sebesto capitalized and picked up the goal. A single assist to Bogdan Guntapov at 6:14 has given the Battle Creek Colonels a 1-0 lead. Face off to the left, the goaltender Galvin Reagan. Grady Smith knocked to the ice, trying to play the puck there along with Sebesto. Comes back to Lejabokov. Lejabokov sends it over. Back for Noah Badurka. Badurka to Smith. Over to Liam Smith. Playing his first career USPHL Premier game. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Picked up by Ashton Reagan. Nice play there by Yuzushinis. To break out the opportunity, it was a 2-on-1. And here comes Grady Smith the other way. Smith pressured there by Ashton Reagan. No relation to goaltender Galvin Reagan. Picked up by Guntapov. Guntapov wheels back and sends it across to Jake Mandeville, the former Chicago Cougar. Checked as Yuzushinis is the former Chicago Cougar. Mandeville is second season with the Colonels. Coming over from the Honey Baked Hockey Club, U18 AAA program, the High Performance Hockey League. Prior to that was a Matawan Wildcat, Michigan High School Athletic Association, just down I-94. About 45 minutes or so away. West of us here in Battle Creek, Michigan. Stanhope sends it in, picked up there by the 5 of Connor Hewlett. Landon Graham feeds it over to Jarrett LeGros, is knocked away from him. Here come the Colonels back the other way. Picked up by the 18 of Carson Abel. Abel over to Connor Hewlett. Hewlett feeds it back to Abel, too far for him. Icing going to be the call with 11:08 to go here in period number 1. Some of the nameplates on the Battle Creek Colonels side do not match the names of the actual players. Case in point, the 14 is Simon Rosinski, even though it does say Kercab in the back. The 18 is Carson Abel, even though it does say Heisler on the back. We'll keep you all straight. Sticked away there by Galvin Reagan. Kept in, nice job by Ben McClain, but was knocked away by Nick Marcella. Marcella feeds it up. Connor Hewlett off the knob of the stick of Arnold Party. Rosinski pressured off the puck there by Stanhope. McClain comes to help out. Picked up by Aiden Rabone. Rabone will send it across to Hop off the stick of Curto. Bouncing puck on Party, who leaves it there for Stanhope. Spencer Stanhope, the 19-year-old from Spring Lake, Michigan, sends it up to Aiden Rabone. Offside the call, 10:29 to go here in period number 1. Battle Creek Colonels up 1-0 on the goal by RX Sebesto. His third of the season on the assist from Bogdan Guntapov at 6:14 has given the Colonels a 1-0 lead. Face off the neutral zone to our right. As Chris Kobayashi for MJDP will take the draw against the 28 of Josh Lang. Or excuse me, the 88 of Drew Wendland. Kobayashi still in the neutral zone. Knocked off the puck there by Getson. 4th year with the Colonels right there, and he scores! Beautiful feed by Getson over to Logan Taylor, and the Colonels up 2-0. Getson with just a great pass to Logan Taylor, the 19-year-old from nearby Portage, Michigan. And Taylor, his 4th goal of the season, and the Colonels lead by a score of 2-0. I was beginning to say Josh Getson, and you can say Galvin Reagan too, the only 2 remaining members of the original Battle Creek Colonels roster back from the 2022-2023 season. And Getson with the puck again, trying to send it across. Picked up there, shot by Andruskevich. Picked up by Kobayashi. Up to Lucas Benavides, leaves it for John Ledger-Bokov, and now here comes Ledger-Bokov. He'll send it in on Reagan, bouncing puck, sticked away there by Reagan. Benavides knocked off the puck there by Logan Taylor, who just picked up that goal. His 4th of the season from Josh Getson, and Josh Lang at 9:32 of the first period has given the Colonels a 2-0 lead. Ledger-Bokov feeds it across, but now kept in by Sebestio. Back to Taylor. Taylor now trying to feed it up to his defenseman. Josh Lang gets it back. He'll play a little catch, picked up there by Parker Essex. Essex trying to feed it out to Sebestio, almost knocked away, and here comes Benavides the other way. Chris Kobayashi will send the puck in. Benavides goes after it, lets it go for Stanhope with a shot, patted away there by Reagan. Here come the Colonels back the other way, knocked away by Stanhope. Stanhope keeps it in the Colonel zone, and now the Colonels back the other way. Play in the neutral zone. Boderka kicks it over for Stanhope, over to Boscovich. Mario Boscovich up to Blake Brackett, who sends it in. Lang will go after it, met there by Noah Boderka. Another shot there by Brackett. Caught the paddle with the stick of Galvin Reagan. Stanhope picks it up, the shot goes wide. Boscovich will send it back over into the corner. Liam Smith will go after it. Leading scorer for the Metro Jets Elite Squad. Getting the call up to the premier side of things for MJDP, making his USPHL premier debut. Liam Smith, the 18-year-old from Flagstaff, Arizona. Feeds it over to Spencer Stanhope. Bouncing puck goes wide. Boscovich now will grab it. He'll send it towards the net. Save made there. Brackett couldn't get a handle on it. Owen, but Durka had an opportunity. Just couldn't pull the trigger. Shot there by Boscovich. Doesn't get all the way through, and here come the Colonels back the other way. Parker Essex was pickpocketed by Noah Boderka, and offside the call. 7:39 to go here in period number 1. Arik Sebestio from Bogdan Guntapov at 6:14 gave the Colonels a 1-0 lead. Then 3 minutes, 18 seconds later, Logan Taylor off a beautiful feed from Josh Getson made it 2-0. Taylor's 4th of the season from Josh Getson and Josh Lang. That came at 9:32 as the Colonels lead by a score of 2-0. Nick Marcella feeds it up to Simon Rosinski, who sends it into the DP zone. Daniel Lusko will grab it. Knocked off the puck there by the 18 of Carson Abel. Rosinski feeds it across. Picked up by Connor Hewlett through a screen. Doesn't get all the way through. Marcella knocked off the puck by Alex Fournier. Fournier now feeds up to Jarrett LeGros. LeGros now was looking for Ryan Jacobson. Was knocked off the puck and now picked up by the 13 of Nick Marcella. Pickpocketed by Landon Graham, but it was offside with 6:58 to go here in period number 1. Arik Sebestio and Logan Taylor are the goal scorers for the Colonels, who lead 2-0. As the Battle Creek Colonels, mentioned earlier, 4th game of a 5-game homestand that started on October 11th. After the weekend with the Metro Jets Hockey Club today and tomorrow. The Colonels have an important home-and-home series on Halloween Friday, October 31st at Team Toledo Ice House against the Toledo Cherokee before hosting the Cherokee right back here at the Ring BC on Saturday, November 1st. And a penalty coming. 2-minute minor for tripping. And the MJDP will go on the power play for the first time. A 2-minute minor for tripping on the 14 of Simon Rosinski at the 6:26 mark. Will give MJDP the power play for the first time today. And then that power play clicking off at a 21.4% ratio. 3 power play goals and only 14 opportunities. Of course, keep in mind, it's just the 6th game of the season for MJDP. While Battle Creek, the Colonels killing off penalties at 76%. But they have scored 4 shorthanded goals, 10th most in the league. That is something to keep an eye on. Shot there deflected wide. As mentioned, this is MJDP's 6th game of the season, while for Battle Creek, this is game number 12 on the year. MJDP, the 3rd fewest games played in USPHL Premier to date. Only game number 6. Kobayashi feeds it over to the corner. Lucas Benavidez will go after it. Feeds it over to Boscovich. Boscovich now to Daniel Luska. Luska sends it through the screen, and Galvin Reagan makes the save with 5:34 to go here in period number 1. After today's game, MJDP will play at Mount Clemens Ice Arena next Wednesday, October 29th, but they will be the road team against the Metro Jets. A noon face-off on Wednesday, October 29th. Then they'll head south of here about 90 minutes to the 2025 USPHL Midwest Showcase hosted by the Fort Wayne Spacemen. And the schedule makers were not kind to MJDP those first 2 games, as MJDP will play the high-powered Hampton Roads Whalers in Game 1 on Halloween Friday, October 31st. The Whalers leading the way in the USPHL Premier Southeast Division, an 11-1 record. Arguably one of the toughest divisions in USPHL Premier play when they got to play the Potomac Patriots, the Carolina Junior Hurricanes, the Charlotte Rush, and the return of the Charleston Colonials. And that's who MJDP will face in the first game of the USPHL Midwest Showcase. They'll have the Columbus Mavericks on Saturday, November 1st, the first game of their doubleheader day. The nightcap will be against the Cincinnati Cyclones before wrapping it up on Sunday, November 2nd against the Chicago T-Rex. MJDP will not have a true home game until the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase on November 21st through the 24th. As they will host the Cincinnati Cyclones. In that first game of the Detroit Showcase, they tri-host with the Metro Jets and the Metro Jets Elite. But Urkula shot, gloved down by Galvin Reagan with 4:35 to go here in period number 1. Battle Creek off to a good start, wanting to keep pace with the Metro Jets and the Toledo Cherokee, who are tied for 3rd in the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division at 14 points apiece, both with identical 7 wins, 2 losses records. Battle Creek 5-6. The Columbus Mavericks, Red River Spartans are tied for 1st in USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division. Power play is over. Both teams back to full strength. So a successful penalty kill for the Colonels as Reagan covers up. Of course, the Red River Spartans have already played 14 games. They're playing game 15 tonight at Toledo, while the Columbus Mavericks are hosting the Fresh Coast Freeze tonight. And it's already game 13 for them. Moves the Spartans to a 3-way tie for most games played already with 15 with the Coral Springs Junior Cats and the Hawkesbury Knights. As we mentioned, MJDP playing the third fewest games of any team in the USPHL Premier, and mired in a tie with the Chicago Crush, the Chicago Cougars, the Colorado Fighting Elk, the Southern Alberta Mustangs, and the Hannah Havoc. Also, the Diamond Valley Rockies are in there as well. Colonel's trying to catch MJDP in the midst of a line change. Rasinski fan on the shot. Picked up by Yazusianis. Paulius Yazusianis. Spell that Uzusienis. Yazusianis, who fed it over to Caleb Curto. Bounced off the boards, and here come the Colonels back the other way. Picked up by Rabone. There, breakaway, and he scores! Aiden Rabone off a turnover pulls MJDP within one. The former Atlanta Mad Hatter gets on the board. The 18-year-old from Dallas, Texas, picking up the goal. And for Rabone, that is his first goal in a Metro Jets uniform. And MJDP pulls within one. They trail 2-1. Aiden Rabone, his first goal as a member of the Metro Jets development program. Played with the Atlanta Mad Hatters USPHL Elite program last season. Tied for 6th on the team in scoring. His first significant amount of time on the Premier side, and he just collected his first career Premier goal unassisted at 16:33 of the first period to pull MJDP within one. They trail 2-1. And there comes Rabone one more time. Nice stick handle around the three of Tyler Kemp. Trying to feed over to Caleb Curl. Gets it back. Trying to slide it through the goal mouth. And here come the Colonels back the other way. Logan Taylor, who scored the second goal of the game for the Colonels. Over now to the three of Tyler Kemp, who shoots it wide. Drew Wenlin. Wenlin trying to feed it to Getson, parked in front of the net. Drew Wenlin, 6'2", 220 pounds. Shot there, save made by Parity through a screen, and now Rabone grabs it. Leads it for Caleb Curto. Curto through center ice. Send it over to the corner. MJDP goes for a line change. 2:25 to go here in period number one. Battle Creek Colonels up 2-1 over MJDP. As Mario Boscovich sends it in. Tyler Kemp will wrap it around the boards for Drew Wenlin. Wenlin, the 19-year-old from Davidson, Michigan, had it picked away there by Clovis Gamelin. Gamelin will bring it in, second-year MJDP product. Feeds over in the corner for Ben LeBaron. LeBaron wraps it around the boards. Not out, kept it by Luska with a shot, deflected wide. Benavidez back over to Gamelin. Gamelin trying to feed it across. Back to Benavidez with a shot, save made. Puck is loose in front. Kobayashi turns around and fires. The puck goes wide. And the net comes off the moorings one more time with 1:45 to go here in period number one. Face off to the left. Glove side, a goaltender Galvin Reagan. Picked up a shot there. Bouncing puck off the shot by Spencer Stanhope. And Galvin Reagan through a screen makes a save. $1:40 left here in period number one. Face off again to the left, the goaltender Galvin Reagan. Before coming to the USPHL Premier during the 2022-2023 season. Played for the Little Caesars Hockey Club, U16 AAA program, the High Performance Hockey League. Of course, the Little Caesars Hockey Club, well known in the youth hockey circles, not only here in the state of Michigan, but throughout the country. So definitely some good tutelage on the part of Galvin Reagan before coming to the USPHL. The shot, and his counterpart, Arnold Parody, just made a huge save. Point-blank opportunity by Parker Essex. Minute 13 to go here in period number 1. Puck kicked out into the neutral zone. Almost picked off by Liam Smith. Alex Fournier now to Jarrett LeGros. 2-1 the score, and Battle Creek Colonels lead. MJDP is LeGros. Pressure there by Connor Hewlett. Less than a minute remaining here in period number 1. LeGros with a little bit of help from Liam Smith. Kicks it over to the side, kept in by Daniel Luska. Luska feeds it to LeGros, who inadvertently tipped it towards goaltender Galvin Reagan with 38 seconds left. Face off to the right. A goaltender Reagan is blocker side. Ben McLean gets a little bit of help, wins the draw. Rabone with a shot. Off the boards. Still kept in. Nice play by McLean. Tried to feed it to Caleb Curto. What was knocked away by the 28 of Josh Lang. 20 seconds left. Puck right in front of Reagan, who wisely covers it up with 19.1 seconds left here in period number 1. .15 seconds left here in period number 1. And offside the call with 6.2 seconds left. Face off in the neutral zone. Time will wind down. And the horn will sound to end period number 1. Battle Creek Colonels struck first with a pair of goals, Sebestio and Taylor, while Rabone responds for MJDP. It's 2-1 Battle Creek Colonels, end of 1 period of play. We'll take a short timeout, about 8 minutes or so. Come back for first period recap and start the second period. You're watching USPHL Premier Hockey live exclusively on Black Bear TV. And welcome back to the Rink BC in Battle Creek, Michigan. Home of the Battle Creek Colonels. USPHL Premier play on a Friday night here in Battle Creek, Michigan. We're located right between the cities of Jackson and Kalamazoo, right off I-94 in the southern part of the Great Lakes state of Michigan. The score at the end of one period of play, the Battle Creek Colonels 2, the Metro Jets Development Program, MJDP 1. My name is Matt Preer, guest play-by-play broadcaster from the Metro Jets Hockey Club. Certainly appreciate General Manager, Head Coach Tristan Jensen, the entire management and staff of the Battle Creek Colonels Hockey Organization for the opportunity to come spend the weekend over here in Battle Creek, Michigan. First of two games against a pair of Metro Jets hockey clubs. Tonight it's the Metro Jets Development Program. Tomorrow it is the Metro Jets. As we jump into the first period recap, shots on goal at the end of one period of play. MJDP with 18, while the Battle Creek Colonels with 13. And the Colonels got on the board first. Arik Sebestio, his third goal of the season, on the assist from Bogdan Guntupov. That came at 6:14 to give the Colonels a 1-0 lead. A little over 3 minutes later, Logan Taylor off a beautiful feed from Josh Getson made it 2-0. Taylor, his fourth goal of the season from Getson and Josh Lane. That came at 9:32 to give the Colonels a 2-0 lead. Then with 3 minutes and 27 seconds left in the first period, Aiden Rabone off a turnover buries it past goaltender Galvin Reagan to put MJDP on the board. It was Rabone, his first goal of his premier career, unassisted, at 16:33 to pull MJDP within one. They trail 2-1. Just about set to start the second period as the Battle Creek Colonels, of course the home team here at the Rink BC, wearing the home lime green uniforms, dark green shoulders, white, yellow, gray, and black trim. They'll be skating left to right on your television screen here in the second period, while the Metro Jets Development Program, MJDP, out of Mount Clemens, Michigan, from the USPHL Premier Midwest Division. They, of course, are the road team here today, wearing the patriotic white uniforms, blue shoulders, and red trim. They'll be skating right to left on your Black Bear TV dials. We're getting ready to go. Period number 2. MJDP peppering goaltender Galvin Reagan with 18 shots in that first period. Reagan making 17 saves. While his counterpart, Arno Parody, facing 13 shots, made 11 saves. Caleb Curto with a shot in the paraphernalia of Galvin Reagan, who hangs on just 6 seconds into the first period. Face-off will be to Reagan's right, blocker side. Ashton Reagan, no relation, wins the draw, tried to feed it out, kept in by Ben McLean. Knocked away from him and knocked off the puck there. Guntupov to Reagan. Reagan now up to the Ada Sebestio, who sends it wide. And here comes MJDP back the other way. Caleb Curto. Nice hit there by the 16 of Ben LeBaron, and Curto is down. And Curto grabbing that right knee. And the athletic trainer will make his way out. Not a good sign. Looked like a heavy collision between LeBaron and Curto. Now stop play with 19:28 to go here in period number 2. Caleb Curto, the 18-year-old from Garden City, Michigan, coming to MJDP from the Livonia Red Stallions. Michigan High School Athletic Association, well, here's leading scorer last season. 19 goals, 14 assists, 33 points in just 20 games. Second leading scorer his junior year. Prior to that was a Livonia Franklin Patriot before the Livonia High School organizations combined to form the Livonia Red Stallions. And Curto on his skates, though, with help. Tough break for Caleb Curto. He'll head back to the bench. 19:28 to go here in period number 2. face off the neutral zone just in front of the MJDP bench. Chris Kobayashi will take the draw against Ashton Reagan. Kobayashi, clean draw win back. And Mario Boscovich goes after it, being pressured by Bogdan Guntapov. Feeds it over. Clovis Gamelin will grab it for Boscovich. Boscovich sends it over into the Colonel zone. Hit by Connor Hewlett. And was knocked into the MJDP bench. Ricocheted off there and out of play. 19:08 to go here in period number 2. And looking over at the MJDP bench, Caleb Curto is on both skates under his own power. So that is definitely good to see. Gamelin trying to feed it off, now picked off there by Simon Rosinski. Rosinski on a break, was into the shot, patted away by Arnold Parody. Jets trying to get it out, and they do, into the neutral zone. Benavidez goes after it, Connor Hewlett gets there first. Hewlett sends it over for the 18 of Carson Abel. Abel now to Rosinski with a shot, glove down, rebound comes out. In and out of the glove of Arnold Parody. That's Kobayashi trying to stick it out. Clovis Gamelin is there. Gets a little bit of help from Boscovich and sends it back to Spencer Stanhope. Stanhope round the boards to Chris Kobayashi, who does get it out. And Clovis Gamelin is able to negate the icing, force him to play it now. A turnover. Shot there over the top of the net was Lucas Benavidez. Second golden opportunity of the game for Benavidez. Benavidez kicks it over to Gamelin, was knocked away, gets it back on a shot and gloved down by Reagan with 18:02 to go here in period number 2. Second opportunity of the game for Lucas Benavidez, the leading goal scorer for MJDP. 4 goals in 5 games so far. For Benavidez, the 18-year-old from Miami, Florida. Noah Baderka off the face-off. Off the shoulder of Galvin Reagan, and Josh Getson sends it down. This could be icing, and indeed it will be with 17:53 to go here in period number 2. Noah Baderka, a nice clean draw win, pushed it forward, got an opportunity. As Baderka on a line with Blake Brackett and Grady Smith. Baderka for Brackett. Brackett backhand shot, toe saved by Reagan. Comes back to Josh Lang. Let's go with a shot, just missed the corner. Picked up by Drew Wendland. And off the netting and out of play. 17:37 to go here in period number 2. Battle Creek Colonels up 2-1 over the Metro Jets development program. Blake Brackett, the 18-year-old from Fairfield, California, played for the very potent Tahoe Prep Academy California high school hockey ranks. Tied for third on the team in scoring last year. Prior to that was a former Florida Junior Panther. Brackett on a line with Noah Baderka and Grady Smith. Smith topples his man and feeds it back over to Alex Fournier. His older brother, Enric Fournier, will play tomorrow against the same Battle Creek Colonels team. Deflected and now picked up by Brackett. Brackett with a chance, puts on the brakes. Looking for somewhere to go, sends it across to Fournier. Fournier with a shot, blocked by Getson. Baderka grabs it. Just behind the goal line, Baderka behind the net, looking for somewhere to go. He finds Blake Brackett. Brackett steps up, fires. Save made by Reagan, and he'll hang on with 16:50 to go here in period number 2. Mentioned many of the Battle Creek Colonels with different nameplates for some of the players. Galvin Reagan is back. The nameplate says Weber, but we assure you it's Galvin Reagan. But comes back to Reagan, and he'll cover with Ryan Jacobson right there at the doorstep. So face off again to Reagan's glove side. Landon Graham will take the draw against Ashton Reagan. Again, no relation to Galvin. Galvin Reagan from Grand Haven, Michigan. Ashton Reagan from Hayden, Idaho. Has played parts of now his third season with the Colonels. Colton Place wraps it around the boards. His third season with the Colonels as well. Jacobson keeps it in for MJDP. Tried to feed it to Graham. Went through his skates. And here comes LeBaron. LeBaron had knocked away by Jacobson. Zabesto was there. So is Jarrett LeGros. But so is Ashton Reagan. Almost kept in by Jacobson. Comes back to Yuzhusianis. Yuzhusianis sends it in. Colton Place will go after it. Place sends it up, picked off there by Yuzhusianis, who sends it right back into the Colonel zone. Paired on the blue line with Cameron Schaefer making his USPHL Premier debut. The 18-year-old from nearby Kalamazoo, Michigan, started the year with the elite squad. Earned the call up to the Premier side of things. And it's Schaefer with the puck, sends it right back in the neutral zone. Colonels bring it right back in. Ashton Reagan with a shot, deflected up in the netting and out of play. 15:38 to go here in period number 2. Face off deep in the MJDP zone, glove side of MJDP goaltender, 16-year-old Arno Parody. Won't turn 17 until March 27th. Of course, he'd like to spend his birthday in Wayne, New Jersey at the 2026 USPHL National Championships. Rabone tried to feed it over to Liam Smith. McLean is there. Smith grabs it. Knocked away from him and now picked up by Connor Hewlett. The 18-year-old from Howell, Michigan. Sent it in. Lowe was looking for Getson. Found Wendland and Rabone. And now picked up by Liam Smith. Smith making his USPHL Premier debut. Leading scorer for the Jets Elite squad. Sends it across. Failed on it was Stanhope, but got it back over to Liam Smith. Over to Ben McLean. McLean sends it back to the point for Stanhope. Stanhope winds up, fires, pad save, rebound, scores! Liam Smith, his first career USPHL Premier game, and he scored his first career USPHL Premier goal. Liam Smith, the 18-year-old from Flagstaff, Arizona, leading scorer of the Metro Jets Elite squad, shows why with his first career USPHL Premier goal. It's 2-2. Smith capitalizing on that rebound. And we've got a 2-2 hockey game. As Liam Smith, a former Flagstaff Avalanche, leading scorer for his high school team 3 of his 4 years with the Avalanche. And already this season, he had 4 goals and 2 assists in just 4 games for the Metro Jets Elite team. Getting the well-earned call-up to the Premier side. And he capitalizes his first goal from Aiden Rabone and John Ledger-Bokoff at 5:03 has given MJDP a 2-2 tie. Big goal by Liam Smith. In his first career USPHL Premier game, Rabone's got 2 points, a goal and an assist. As he starts to settle in, now bouncing puck picked up there by Lucas Benavides. Benavides now, the game winner, wide open, Kobayashi save made. Good toe stop by Galvin Reagan. Benavides back to Kobayashi, over to Gamelin. Kovas Gamelin behind the net. Turns around, fires off the shoulder of Galvin Reagan. Picked up by Nick Marcella. Was pickpocketed by Benavides. Kobayashi couldn't keep it in. He fires it right back in. Comes back to Benavides, who leaves it there. Looking for Kobayashi. Found Josh Kemp instead. Daniel Luska lets it go for Benavides with a shot. And towed away and up in the netting by Galvin Reagan with 13:30 to go here in period number 2. 2-2 tie. RX Sebestio, Logan Taylor, the goal scorers for the Battle Creek Colonels. Aiden Rabone, Liam Smith, the goal scorers for MJDP. Colonels had a 2-0 lead before MJDP crawling back into this one. Blake Brackett working hard behind the net, kicks it over for Grady Smith, no relation to Liam Smith. Back over to Brackett. Brackett sends it across, was looking for Grady Smith. Schaefer to Luska, back to Schaefer. Grady Smith sends it over, was looking for Noah Baderka. Instead found Colton Place. Place behind the net, pressure there by Brackett. Feeds it up to Ashton Reagan. Reagan stretch passes to Bestio. Hot off his stick, and Cameron Schaefer goes after it. Schaefer backhanded for Luska, too far for him. Kept in by Parker Essex. Wraps around the other way, and Grady Smith knocks it into the neutral zone. Ashton Reagan pressured there by Noah Baderka. Gives it over to Colton Place. Place off the boards. Sends it into the MJDP zone. Daniel Luska. Cross ice pass over to Grady Smith, who lobs it into the Colonel zone. Jets go for a partial line, looking for a partial line change, and they get it. Luska keeps it in. Daniel Luska, leading scorer on this team, despite no goals. Shot there by Brackett goes wide. Yusianis couldn't keep it in. Back to Jarrett LeGros. LeGros to Brackett, who lets it go. Icing negated, forces Ben LeBaron to play it. For Colton Place to Ashton Reagan. Reagan off the roof and out of play. 11:51 to go here in period number 2. Face off to the right of goaltender Galvin Reagan, his blocker side. Nice draw win by Landon Graham to Jacobson, over to Yusianis, goes wide. Picked up by the captain, Josh Getson. Knocked away by LeGros, trying to feed it to Jacobson, just too far for him. Now picked up by Taylor, knocked away by Jacobson again. Landon Graham digs in. And Jarrett LeGros with some speed. Leaves it there for Graham, who was trying to feed it back to Yusianis. Josh Getson sends it in. Bouncing puck on Parody. And Parody's got to go grab it, and he covers with 11:18 to go. 2-2 tie between the Battle Creek Colonels and the Metro Jets Development Program. MJDP 1-4 coming into this game. Tied for third, nevertheless, in the USPHL Premier Midwest Division with the Chicago T-Rex. Well, the Battle Creek Colonels, fifth in the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division. 4 points back of both the Metro Jets, who they play tomorrow here at the Rink BC. As Reagan makes a save on a shot there by Spencer Stanhope. The Jets tie with the Toledo Cherokee for third in the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division. And by the way, the Cherokee up 3-0 over the Red River Spartans. 7 minutes to go in the second. Shot there went wide off the faceoff. Bouncing puck, took a weird hop off the stanchion. Comes back to Jake Mandeville. Mandeville stretch pass. Quick pass by Guntapov over to Simon Rosinski. Rosinski brings it in. Was knocked on the puck. Nice play there by Spencer Stanhope. And a big hit by Stanhope, and that's going to be a penalty. And the Battle Creek Colonels will go on the power play for the first time. Two-minute minor for Spencer Stanhope for boarding. So that means the Colonels are going to power play for the first time today. And they got some work to do. They're 14.3%, have scored 6 power play goals and 42 opportunities with the man advantage. While MJDP really has some work to do, just 50%. on the penalty kill. Not a whole lot of opportunity, having said that. The kill penalties, MJDP, one of the least penalized teams in the league. Matter of fact, they are the second least penalized team in the league. Picked up there by Reagan. First power play opportunity for the Colonels. Connor Hewlett leaves it there for the 19 of Bodlin Guntapov. Guntapov brings it in. He's already got an assist today. Came into the game tied for 6th overall in the USPHL Premier in scoring. Had it knocked away from him. Reagan leaves it there for Colton Place. Pressure by Clovis Gamelin. Spencer Stanhope, 2-minute minor for boarding at 9:31 of the second period, which is the reason why Battle Creek is on the power play for the first time. Offside, the call. .936 to go here in period number 2. These two teams used to be USPHL Premier Midwest Division rivals the first 2 years that the Colonels were in the league, before Battle Creek moving over to the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division prior to the start of last season. They still get to play one another a couple times a season. Split the season series last year, 1-1. A pair of 5-2 victories by each club. This is the first of 3 meetings this season. Shot there goes wide. Jacobson trying to knock it away from the 28 of Josh Lang and knocked out of play. This is the first of 3 meetings between these two clubs. These two teams will see each other again on December 11th during the 2025 USPHL Chicago Showcase at Summit Ice Center in Lockport, Illinois, outside of Chicago. And then MJDP comes back here to the Rink BC on February 13th. As in an ironic twist in the schedule, the Colonels are the designated home team for all 3 games. Well, of course, 2 of those coming right here at the Rink BC. They'll be the designated home team at the Chicago Showcase as well. Battle Creek not able to get anything going on this power play. Now Daniel Luska bringing it in shorthanded. Send it towards the net. And power play is over. Both teams back to full strength. So nice penalty kill by MJDP. Luska with the puck. Skates through center ice. Looking for his first goal of the season. Shot was blocked and picked up there by Kemp. Tyler Kemp, the former Trenton Trojan. Battles there with Landon Graham, the former Lake Orion Dragon. Now picked up by Simon Rosinski. As he brings it in, saved there by Parody. Stanhope and battles there with Marcella. Now coming out is Noah Baderka. Baderka brings it in. The 19-year-old from Petoskey, Michigan. Sends it over in the corner, picked up there by Rosinski. Over to Nick Marcella. Knocked away from him by Boscovich. And now here comes Blake Brackett. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Brackett with a shot goes wide. Benavidez off-angle shot off the shoulder of Galvin Reagan. Comes back to Boscovich. Over to Baderka. Baderka pressured there by LeBaron. They battle on the boards. Blake Brackett comes to help out. So does Nick Marcella. And Lucas Benavidez with a shot. Blocked there by Colton Place. Benavidez grabs it. Trying to send it towards the net. To waiting Blake Brackett. Puck goes through everybody. Icing negated. Forces Spencer Stanhope to play it. Pressure there by Simon Rosinski. Kept in by LeBaron. Tried to feed it to Rosinski, who's pressured by Stanhope. Comes back to LeBaron. Bouncing puck off a screen. And Parody makes a save. LeBaron another chance. Blocked there by Baderka. for Grady Smith. Back to Bederka. Into the long shift for Bederka. Puts on the brace, waits for reinforcement, sends it towards the net. Was blocked, picked up by Grady Smith. Smith, though, to Blake Brackett. Brackett back in looking for Smith off a tip. Reagan had to make the save on that one. Smith battles alongside with Bederka. Bederka digs it out. Well over a 2-minute shift for Noah Bederka. Still moving along. His Houstonist keeps it in for Brackett. Brackett knocked to the ice by Ben LeBaron. Grady Smith comes to help out. Bederka finally headed to the bench in favor of Liam Smith, who tied this game. Off the board, just Houstonist pressuring the 19 of Guntapov. And Lejabokov will go after it for Blake Brackett, who was now his turn to be at the end of a long shift. Liam Smith will grab it. Off the board, Houstonist. Too far for him. Jarrett LeGros goes after it. Kept in by Getson. Lejabokov off the boards. And Brackett comes back with it. He'll send it in and go for a well-earned line change. Getson will grab it. Wraps it around the boards. Jacobson off the bench for MJDP. Bringing it in. Send it across. Couldn't get the shot off. Caught by Houstonist. Didn't go all the way through. Another shot there by Liam Smith. Saved by Reagan. Jacobson and Getson battle in front of the net. And Luska able to knock it away. Jacobson grabs it. Brings it right back in. Knocked out the puck there by the 98 of Ashton Reagan. 4:45 to go here in period number 2. 2-2 tie to the Battle Creek Colonels and the Metro Jets development program. Luska brings it in. Feeds it back for Jacobson. Jacobson back for Luska. Daniel Luska found his man. Shot there, but was Ben McLean. Goes high and wide. And here comes Logan Taylor the other way. Scored the second goal for the Colonels. Either for Connor Hewlett. Shot deflected up off the glass. Knocked away there by Alex Fournier. Gets a little bit of help from Ben McLean. McLean off the boards to Daniel Luska. Luska and Fournier playing catch. Over to Ryan Jacobson. Brings it out into the neutral zone. Comes back to Hewlett off the skates of Drew Wendland. Over to Tyler Kemp. Kemp off the stick of Logan Taylor. Drew Wendland grabs it. Wendland pressured there by Fournier. Feeds it over to Rosinski. Rosinski up to Kemp. Kemp lost control, but able to keep it in. Now feeding it back with McLean. Looking for Caleb Curto. Good to see Curto back on the ice. Tyler Kemp goes after it for Connor Hewlett. Hewlett knocked off the puck there by Liam Smith. Smith off the boards. We're looking for Caleb Curto. Was too far for him, and Kemp wraps it around the boards. Wendland pressured there by Aiden Rabone, who's got a goal and assist today. And Rabone grabs it off the turnover. Caleb Curto parked in front of the net. Try to feed it to Liam Smith. Comes back to Cameron Schaefer. Couldn't keep it in. And Schaefer has to retreat. Off the boards. Into the Colonel zone. 2:50 to go here in period number 2. Deflected by Yuzhusinis. Battles there of the 19 of Guntapov. And Clovis Gamelin. Up to Yuzhusinis. Off a stick of Rosinski. Rabone grabs it. And Liam Smith brings it out. His stick knocked out of his hands. Here comes Rabone. Rabone cross ice to Yuzhusinis. Winds up, fires off the backside of Josh Lang. Comes back to Clovis Gamelin. Gamelin sidesteps Josh Lang. Beat to Yuzhusinis. Shot blocked by Marcella. And comes back to the 19 of Guntapov. Gamelin beats him to it. Sends it over towards the DP bench. Kobayashi will grab it. Sends it behind the net. Bederka will go after it. Bederka tried to feed it back to Kobayashi. Was picked off by Colton Place. Place now on the puck over to the 28 of Josh Lang. Back to Place, who sent it into the neutral zone. Lejabokov goes after it. $1:45 to go here in period number 2. 2-2 tie between the Battle Creek Colonels and the Metro Jets Development Program. Glad you're with us here on Black Bear TV. From the rink BC in Battle Creek, Michigan. Colton Place. Through the legs of referee Trevor Lewis over to Arik Sebesto. Kobayashi kept it in. As LeBaron and Jacobson collided. Bederka backhands it in. Jacobson will go after it. Knocked away by LeBaron to Ashton Reagan. Reagan now will send it in just wide of Party. John Lejabokov will go after it. 1 minute remaining here in period number 2. We've gone about 4.5 minutes of nonstop action here from the rink BC in Battle Creek, Michigan. Bouncing puck, not out, kept in briefly. And now Noah Bederka will bring it out. Bederka avoids the tag team check. It comes back to the 20, Logan Taylor. Knocked into the neutral zone. John Lejabokov sends it towards Reagan. And off the netting and out of play. 26.2 seconds left here in period number 2. Face off to the right, a goaltender Galvin Reagan, who's already faced over 30 shots today. Landon Graham wins the draw. Gerald LeGros with a shot, and Reagan had to fight that off. LeGros to Alex Fournier. Fournier with a shot, patted away by Reagan. Picked up by Lucas Benavides for Fournier. Fournier to Boscovich. Deflected there, didn't get all the way through. 8 seconds left. LeGros picks the pocket. LeGros steps up, fires into the big paw of Galvin Reagan with 2.1 seconds left here in period number 2. And head coach Jake Howie brings Parity to the bench for an extra attacker with just 2.2 seconds left. Why not? So extra attacker on the ice for MJDP. As Chris Kobayashi takes the draw against Drew Wendland. Try to push it forward. And the horn sounds to end period number 2. Liam Smith, the leading scorer of the Metro Jets Elite program in his premier debut, ties the game for MJDP with his first goal of the season. And that's a score at the end of 2 periods of play. The Battle Creek Colonels 2, Metro Jets Development Program 2. We'll take a short timeout. Come back for a second period recap and start of the third period. You're watching USPHL Premier Hockey live exclusively on Black Bear TV. And welcome back to the Rink BC here in Battle Creek, Michigan. We're located right between the cities of Jackson and Kalamazoo off of I-94 in the southern part of the Great Lakes state of Michigan. United States Premier Hockey League, USPHL Premier Play here from Battle Creek, Michigan. The score at the end of 2 periods of play, the Battle Creek Colonels 2, the Metro Jets Development Program, MJDP 2. My name is Matt Preer, the voice of the Metro Jets Hockey Club. Guest play-by-play broadcaster here this weekend in Battle Creek, Michigan. Certainly appreciate Tristan Jensen, the entire management and staff of the Battle Creek Colonels Hockey Organization for the opportunity to come over here and spend the weekend for 2 games. Today it's the Colonels and MJDP. Tomorrow it's the Colonels and the Metro Jets. 7 o'clock face-off tomorrow, Saturday, October 25th. As for this game, 2 periods of play have been completed. Shots on goal in that second period. MJDP with 14, 2-period total of 32, while Battle Creek Colonels with just 5 shots on MJDP goaltender Arno Parody for a 2-period total of 18. Just 1 goal in that second period. It was by MJDP as Liam Smith, the leading scorer on the Metro Jets Elite team and the USPHL Elite side of things, making his USPHL Premier debut. He's making it count. His first goal on the Premier side tied this game at 2 on the assist from Aiden Rabone and John Lejavokov. That came at 5:03 of the second period to give MJDP the 2-2 tie. Getting ready to start the third period here. Some other scores, some around the USPHL Premier side of things. Couple of finals from earlier today. The Hawkesbury Knights defeating the Universal Sherbrooke by a score of 4-1. The Springfield Picks 4-3 victors over the South Shore Kings, while the Jersey Hitmen defeated the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights in a shootout by a score of 3-2. The South Shore Kings Springfield Picks game also a final in a shootout. The Calgary Bandits defeated the Three Hills Titans by a score of 5-4. While the Chicago T-Rex defeated the Chicago Crush by a 6-4 count. The Florida Eels defeating the Coral Springs Junior Cats by a 6-3 score. 3:35 to go in the third period. The Red Bank Generals all over the Elmira Impact 7-0. And the 2 periods of play, Toledo Cherokee up 4-0 over the Red River Spartans. While the New York Dynamo lead the Ottawa Valley Sentinels by a 6-4 count into 2 periods. Columbus Mavericks up 3-0 into 2 periods over the Fresh Coast Freeze. Wisconsin Rapids River Kings up 3-2 at the end of 1 period of play over the Northwest Express. Chicago Cougars Fort Wayne Spacemen tied at 1 apiece, end of 1 period of play. Minnesota Squatch up 2-1 over the Hudson Havoc, end of the first period. Steele County Blades up 1-0 over the Minnesota Mullets, end of the first period. Third period here underway. Battle Creek Colonels from the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division. They are the home team here in their home rink, wearing the lime green uniforms. Dark green shoulders, yellow, gray, and black trim. They'll be skating right to left of your television screen. While the Metro Jets Development Program, MJDP, represent the USPHL Premier Midwest Division. Play their home games at Mount Clemens Ice Arena in Mount Clemens, Michigan. About 30 minutes northeast of Motown, Detroit. They are, of course, the road team wearing the patriotic white uniforms, blue shoulders, and red trim. They're skating left to right on your Black Bear TV dial. Whether it's your Android, your iPhone, your iPad, your laptop, your big screen TV, however and wherever you're watching us, whether it's in the building here at the Rink BC or from the comforts of home, we certainly appreciate you tuning in to the exclusive home of the United States Premier Hockey League. That, of course, is Black Bear TV. And you're watching Ben McLean go 2-on-1 with Aiden Rabone heading towards the net. Shot there, save made, rebound comes out. And Caleb Curto, shot was blocked. Now here come the Colonels back the other way. Guntapov's shot deflected over the netting and out of play. 19:11 to go here in period number 3. Other games being played today. The McCall Smoke Jumpers will host the Colorado Fighting Elk. The Long Beach Bombers host the Fresno Monsters. The Ventura Vikings host the San Diego Sabres. The Lake Tahoe Lakers host the Seattle Totems. The Rogue Valley Royals host the Bremerton Sockeyes. And a big matchup out west. The Vernal Oilers will host the Henderson Force. So a lot of action tonight here in USPHL Premier Play. Connor Hewlett with the puck, spins around, sends it across, intercepted by Clovis Gamelin. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Here comes Lucas Benavidez. Benavidez pass was deflected. Well, Chris Kobayashi is able to get the shot off. Parker Essex knocks Clovis Gamelin off the puck. Benavidez goes after it. Lucas Benavidez had it kicked away by Ashton Reagan and knocked down into the MJDP zone. Icing will be the call. 18:25 to go here in period number 3. As mentioned, these two teams, former USPHL Premier Midwest Division foes before the Battle Creek Colonels moved over to the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division prior to the 2024-2025 season. 12th all-time game between these two clubs. MJDP with a commanding 10-1-0-0 record. Though the last time these two teams played, back on November 16th of 2024, Battle Creek winning their first ever game against MJDP, a 5-2 count, right here at the rink, BC. And now breakaway, Drew Wendland with a shot. And save made as Arno Parody fought it off. Big stop on the 16-year-old Quebecian. No, Berderka, nice little sidestep. Sends it across, I was looking for the 57 of Ben McLean. Daniel Luska now over to Ben McLean. Shot there, save made. Blake Bracker was right there at the doorstep. Comes back to Ashton Reagan. Reagan knocked out the puck. Berderka trying to dig it out. So is Daniel Luska. And it was kicked away into the neutral zone. Picked up by Sebestio. Nice save, nice break up there by Alex Fournier. As Tyler Kemp was wide open. Here comes Fournier. Had it knocked away. Colton Place will grab it. For Tyler Kemp. Kemp now up to the 20. Logan Taylor scored the second goal for the Colonels. Had it stripped away by Fournier. Kept in, though. Shot up into the big paw of Arno Parody. With 17-17 to go here in period number 3. Appreciate everyone tuning in on Black Bear TV. For you Battle Creek Colonels fans wondering, well, who's calling the game? Well, my name is Matt Preer, the voice of the Metro Jets Hockey Club. Kind of a rarity to have the road broadcaster calling the game. Big hit there. And that's going to be a penalty. As Carson Abel will head to the box. Puts MJDP in the power play for the second time. They're 0 for 1. 2-minute minor for boarding on Carson Abel. MJDP now will go on their second power play. Opportunity to take the lead for the first time in this game. Two score. Arik Sebestio and Logan Taylor, the goal scorers for the Battle Creek Colonels. Aiden Rabone, Liam Smith, the goal scorers for MJDP. Paulius Yazusinis had it knocked away, picked up there by Gamelin with a shot, saved by Reagan. Comes back to Daniel Luska at the point, feeds it across. Yazusinis lost it in his skates, and it goes all the way down for Parody. Arno Parody will leave it there for Daniel Luska. Luska for Yazusinis. He'll bring it in. He's got some speed. Sidesteps Connor Hewlett. Backhands it to the other side for Lucas Benavidez. Benavidez for Clovis Gamelin. MJDP trying to slow things down in this power play and get things set up. Feeds it over to Luska. Luska back over. Quick pass to Kobayashi. Back to Luska. Luska steps up, fires off the crossbar. Well, Daniel Luska just about had his first goal of the season. But rings it off the crossbar. Luska gets it back from Party. Or Kobayashi, who kicks it over to Benavides. Lucas Benavides. Spencer Stanhope kicking in. Benavides trying to feed the game and comes out to Lejabokov with a shot, partially blocked. Picked off there. Gamelin for Stanhope. Stanhope to Lejabokov. Back to Stanhope. Spencer Stanhope lost control but kept it in. Sends it over into the corner. Lucas Benavides will grab it. Back for Stanhope. Stanhope gets it away from the 19 of Guntapov. But not picked off by Connor Hewlett. Hewlett will send it all the way down the MJDP zone. 10 seconds left in the power play. 15-15 to go here in the third period. Stanhope being pressured there by Simon Rosinski. Leaves it for Lejabokov. Both teams perfect on the penalty kill. Battle Creek now 2 for 2 with a man disadvantage as both teams back to full strength. Lejabokov had it knocked away. Rabone comes to help him out. Picked up by Hewlett. Knocked away from him by Ben McLean. McLean cross-ice pass to Caleb Curto. Good to see Curto back on the ice. Took a couple shifts in the second period after his collision with Ben LeBaron. He'll send it across. His shot was blocked by Hewlett. Back over to Curto with a shot. Just went wide. Curto grabs his own rebound. Pressured by a trio of Colonels before finally being knocked down. Gets it back while on one knee. Gets knocked to the ice again. And picked up there by Alex Fournier in his own zone. Fournier, pass intercepted by Ashton Reagan. Comes back to Mario Boscovich, and Boscovich back over to Fournier. Alex Fournier will bring it in. Rabone to his right elbow. Leads it for Rabone. Rabone steps up, fires just wide of the net. Comes back to Boscovich at the point. Mario Boscovich. Too far for Aiden Rabone. Alex Fournier pinches in, grabs it. Pressure there by Ben LeBaron. Over to Boscovich. Boscovich. Bouncing puck there to Blake Brackett with a shot. Was deflected. Brackett goes after it. Sends it back over into the corner. Takes a hop off the stanchion. Rabone at the end of a long shift. Had it. Lost it there to LeBaron. Picked up by Noah Baderka. Brackett is there. Picked up by Rabone. Rabone with a shot. Saved by Reagan. Puck is loose. And Reagan able to cover with 13:25 to go here in period number 3. Face off deep in the Colonel zone. MJDP continues to apply the pressure. Face off won by the Jazz. Schaefer with a shot was blocked. And the puck comes down and picked up by Logan Taylor. Taylor now 2-on-1 over to Wendland with a shot. It's big. Stop by Party. Oh, Arnold Party just robbed Drew Wendland. Point blank opportunity. Wendland grabs it back. The 19-year-old from Davison, Michigan, outside of Flint. For those of you who know your geography of the great state of Michigan, shot there. Save Reagan. He had to be aware on that one. Puck comes back to Tyler Kemp. And Daniel Lusko will grab it in his own zone. Lusko will go behind the net. Feeds it up to Blake Brackett. Brackett bent side. Try to sidestep around Jake Mandeville. Baderka comes to help him out. Baderka grabs it. Baderka trying to sidestep Mandeville again, giving out almost a foot of height on Jake Mandeville. Mandeville 6'4". Noah Baderka 5'7". So 8 inches of height. Baderka was giving up on Jake Mandeville. Yazusinis trying to catch the Colonels on a line change. As he goes down, was surrounded by all 5 Colonels. As MJDP was trying to get into the zone. Picked up by LeGros, pressured there by Tyler Kemp. Ryan Jacobson trying to fish it out. LeGros feeds it back. And here comes the 14 of Simon Rosinski. Rosinski Lost it in the skates, is able to gather it back up. Shot there, it goes high and wide. That was from Josh Getson, and now Gerald LeGros grabs it. LeGros' second season with the Jets hockey organization. Spent last year the Metro Jets Elite program. Has some premier experience prior to this season with the Bold City Battalion. As LeGros and Hewlett discussing dinner options for after the game. We recommend Moonrakers right by our hotel here in Battle Creek. Nice little bar and tavern. Liam Smith steps up. Was knocked on the puck there by the 13 Nick Marcella. Bouncing puck goes behind Galvin Reagan. 10:45 to go here in period number 3. 2-2 tie between the Battle Creek Colonels and the Metro Jets Development Program. Picked up by Rosinski, who tried to feed it over to Marcella, knocked away by Mario Boscovich. Boscovich will bring it in. The 18-year-old from Harrison Township, Michigan, outside of Detroit. Goes back at it, trying to feed it to Stanhope. Gets a little bit of help from Clovis Gamelin. Now Chris Kobayashi will send it back. Was looking for Gamelin. Excuse me, Benavidez. There's Gamelin. Knocked to the boards there by Arik Sebesto. Wraps it around for the 19 of Guntapov. And it comes all the way down in the MJDP zone. Boscovich will go after it. Boscovich hop of a stick of Kobayashi. He goes back after it with Parker Essex overskating it. Kobayashi, nice stick handle. Shot there off the pad of Galvin Reagan. Alex Fournier grabs it to the point. Sends it back over to the corner. Too far for Kobayashi. Gamelin will go after it. 9:35 to go here in period number 3. 2-2 tie to the Battle Creek Colonels and MJDP. Gamelin in place behind the net. Gets some help from Benavidez. Off the boards. Off a referee, Trevor Lewis. Kobayashi to Gamelin. Feeds it to Luska at the point. Luska off the boards to Benavidez. Turns around. Fires off the blocker of Galvin Reagan. And here come the Colonels back the other way. Alex Fournier intercepts the pass. Colonels at the end of a long shift. MJDP trying to take advantage of it. As MJDP in the midst of a line change themselves. Taylor brings it in. Shot over the goal mouth. Picked up by Alex Fournier off the rebound. For Daniel Luska, lets it go. For Aiden Rabone, who lets it go himself for Caleb Curdo. Curdo brings it in for Ben McLean, who was just behind him. Logan Taylor will go after it. Feeds it back to Ben LeBaron. Back over to Taylor. Logan Taylor sends it cross ice. The 28 of Josh Lang, intercepted by Daniel Luska. Over to Cameron Schaefer. Schaefer off the boards. For Caleb Curdo, sends it in. Lang plays it there. Bet there by Aiden Rabone. Rabone grabs it. Shot there off the shoulder. And out of play. 8:15 to go here in period number 3. Two-two tie between the Battle Creek Colonels and the Metro Jets Development Program. Federico wins the draw. Back over to Cameron Schaefer. Schaefer winds up, fires, and go all the way through. Picked up by Grady Smith. Smith now to Noah Badurka. Badurka trying to feed it back to Blake Brackett. Brackett off the boards to Paulius Yuzushinis. Yuzushinis had it knocked away by Josh Getson. Yuzushinis gets it back. Grady Smith battles there with Getson. Blake Brackett fishes it out. Nice little stick handle by Drew Wendland. Feeds it across, and Wendland returns the favor. Schaefer gathers it up for Yuzushinis. Back over to Cameron Schaefer. Schaefer off the boards for Grady Smith for Noah Badurka. Badurka shot there off the blocker of Galvin Reagan. MJDP just peppering Colonel's goaltender, Galvin Reagan, who stood tall to this point. Noah Badurka brings it in. Badurka circles the net, sends it across, was looking for Liam Smith, who tied this game in the second period. Picked up by Connor Hewlett. Hewlett cross ice. Tyler Kemp wasn't expecting it, was able to gather it though. Comes back to Schaefer. Schaefer tried to feed Blake Brackett. was at the end of a long shift. Comes back to Party. Went through his legs and save made by Spencer Stanhope. My goodness. Party having a bit of difficulty handling the puck this evening. And his defenseman Spencer Stanhope makes the save. And keeps this game at 2-2. Head coach Jake Howie breathing a sigh of relief for MJDP. And faceoff will come out into the neutral zone to stand side. Another clean draw win by MJDP. MJDP's Landon Graham. Graham sends it in. Hewlett will grab it. Off the board. Stanhope able to keep it in. Good play by Stanhope again. Keeps it in. Landon Graham will go after it. Jacobson bows there. Graham will grab it. Graham over to John Lejabokov. Over to Stanhope with a shot. Blocked there by Simon Rosinski. Connor Hewlett being pressured by Liam Smith. Liam Smith, the 18-year-old from Flagstaff, Arizona, picked up his first career USPHL Premier goal in his first career game on the Premier side. That comes back to John Lejabokov, who started the year with the Metro Jets elite team before getting the call up to the Premier side. Too far for Chris Kobayashi. Colton Place will go after it. Met there by Kobayashi, as well as Clovis Gamelin. 5:40 to go here in the third period. Over to Fournier with a shot, patted away, rebound! Then a rebound comes across and just deflected out of midair by Galvin Reagan. MJDP continues to apply their pressure. Comes back to Boscovich, over to Fournier, who's got a shot and he fires wide. Comes back to Boscovich, he'll turn around and fire, was blocked. And the puck sent out in the neutral zone. Gamelin for Boscovich. Boscovich sends it into the Colonel's end. Hewlett will go after it. Hewlett backhand pass to Ashton Reagan. Pressure there by Lucas Benavides. Reagan goes behind his own net. And he'll send it looking for Sebestio, who's waiting to the blue line. He'll just send it in. And Boscovich will wrap it around. Kept in by Ben LeBaron with a shot. Blocked by Boscovich. Benavides comes back. Off the boards of Fournier, but couldn't get it out. Sebestio keeps it in. Shot on Parody, and he'll glove it down with 4:39 to go here in period number 3. 2-2 tie. And timeout being called by the Battle Creek Colonels as Tristan Jensen gathers his Colonel troops over to the bench. Opportunity for MJDP head coach to Jake Howie to assemble his competitors. See MJDP goaltender Cameron Cyrus discussing things with fellow netminder Arno Parody. 2-2 tie, 4:39 to go here in period number 3. MJDP's next game will be at Mount Clemens Ice Arena on Wednesday, October 29th, as they play their brothers from across the locker room, the Metro Jets. A high noon, 12 p.m. face-off on Wednesday, October 29th. While the Jets will be here at the Rink BC in Battle Creek, Michigan, to face off against the Battle Creek Colonels tomorrow. Saturday, October 25th, face off at 7 p.m. We'll come on the air about 6:45 for a quick pregame. Again, certainly appreciate Tristan Jensen, general manager, head coach of the Battle Creek Colonels, the opportunity to come over this weekend. As Ben McLean takes the draw against Drew Wendland. Wendland with a draw win, and Parody with a save on Logan Taylor. Drew Wendland, leading scorer for the Fresh Coast Freeze last year, for the former Flint Powers Catholic Charger. And now here comes Aiden Rabone for Caleb Curto. Curto had a puck knocked away. Logan Taylor grabs it. Taylor feeds it up for Carson Abel, who wraps around the boards. Collected by Daniel Luska. For Rabone to McLean. Ben McLean feeds it up to Caleb Curto. Curto looking for McLean again. Shot there. Rebound comes across. Another block shot there. 2 in a row by the Colonels. Carson Abel, a couple block shots. There come the Colonels back the other way. Just wide on Party. Icing the call. 3:48 to go here in period number 3. Face off deep in the Colonel zone. 3:48 to go here in period number 3. Shot there by Badurka, and he scores! Noah Badurka has given MJDP the 3-2 lead. A blast that eluded goaltender Calvin Reagan, and Noah Badurka, the 19-year-old from Petoskey, Michigan, his 3rd goal of the season. And for the first time this game, MJDP with the lead at 3-2. A blast by Noah Badurka has given MJDP the lead. And now the Colonels, for the first time this game, are trailing. And they got to do something they haven't had much success at today, is get into the MJDP zone. And here they come. Nice shot there. Nice stick handle by the 19 of Bogdan Guntapov. Shot there by Parker S. by Colton Place. Picked up by Kobayashi, who sends it in. It was Noah Badurka, his 3rd goal of the season from Blake Brackett at 16-18, has given MJDP a 3-2 lead. Picked up by Guntapov. Knocked away by Badurka. Badurka and Guntapov in a battle. Benavidez comes to help out. He just grabs it. Lucas Benavidez, 2:45 to go. Knocked to the boards by Tyler Kemp. Puck comes out and picked up by Simon Rosinski. Tristan Jensen now got to think about pulling his goaltender Galvin Reagan for the extra attacker. Brackett knocked to the boards by Marcella. But comes back to Badurka, who given his teammates the lead at 3-2. Picked up by Benavidez, who just lobs it into the neutral zone. 2:10 to go here in period number 3. Long-range shot off the top of the glove of Arno Parody. Stanhope sends it down into the Colonel zone. Picked up by Jake Mandeville. 2 minutes to go here in period number 3. Noah Badurka is 3rd from Blake Brackett at 16-18. Has given MJDP the lead. Schaefer stretch pass to Brackett, who sends it in. Galvin Reagan will leave it there. Picked up by Ashton Reagan. Reagan, cross ice pass for Carson Abel with a shot over the head of Arno Parody. Ben McLean knocks into the neutral zone. 1:30 to go. Here's Liam Smith. Smith knocked the puck there by Colton Place. Smith trying to feed it to McLean and picked up by Place. Expect Galvin Reagan to head to the bench for the extra attacker. Ashton Reagan grabs it. Knocked it into the MJDP zone. Picked up by Cameron Schaefer. Schaefer behind the net. Feeds it up to Aiden Rabone. Schaefer gets it back. Less than a minute remaining here in period number 3. 50 seconds left. Luska grabs it. Reagan can't get to the bench as Battle Creek cannot maintain possession and control. Rabone now over to Kobayashi. Reagan now heads over. Icing negated. The net is empty. Extra attacker on the ice for the Colonels. Hewlett trying to bring it in. Send it towards Party. Blockers it aside. Spencer Stanhope trying to get it off the backside of referee Trevor Lewis. Comes back to Clovis Gamelin, who knocked it down the neutral zone. 15 seconds left. Plays now to Rosinski offside with 14.2 seconds left here in period number 3. Face off in the neutral zone in front of the MJDP bench. Battle Creek's got to win the draw, get it into the zone as quickly as possible. And played with a high stick. And that is not what they want. It's Gamelin and Rosinski discussing where to go for dinner after the game. Rosinski's telling them you should probably go to B-Dubs, Buffalo Wild Wings, right after the game. It's about 10 minutes down the road. I think it's where Matt and Jamie Naiman and I are going to go after the game for a little dinner. Because we'll be back here tomorrow. Battle Creek Colonels, Metro Jets. Face off deep in the zone. 10 seconds left. And the Colonels have thrown it in. That's going to do it. MJDP with a 3-2 victory over the Battle Creek Colonels. Second win of the season for MJDP. Big, big win for one of the youngest teams on the USPHL Premier side. As MJDP now will climb to 2-4 in the USPHL Premier Midwest Division. And they move into a tie with the Chicago Cougars for second in the USPHL Premier Midwest Division. The Battle Creek Colonels lose their third in a row. They fall to 5-7, still fifth in the USPHL Premier. Great Lakes Division. Your 3 stars of the game. Number 3 star for the Battle Creek Colonels, the number 20 of Logan Taylor with 1 goal. Your number 2 star of the game with a game-winning goal for the Metro Jets Development Program, the 97 Noah Baderka. And your number 1 star of the game, also for the Metro Jets Development Program, 1 goal and 1 assist, the 91 of Aiden Rabone is your number 1 star of the game. Once again, certainly appreciate Tristan Jensen, the entire management staff of the Battle Creek Colonels, the opportunity to come in today. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night, Saturday, October 25th. These Battle Creek Colonels will face off against MJDP's brothers from across the locker room, the Metro Jets. We'll be on the air live at 6:45 for a brief pregame show. Face off at 7 o'clock. On behalf of all of us here at the Ring BC and for the Battle Creek Colonels Hockey Organization, my name is Matt Preer, the voice of the Metro Jets Hockey Club, saying goodnight. Final score, Metro Jets Development Program, MJDP 3, Battle Creek Colonels 2. You've been watching USPHL Hockey live exclusively on Black Bear TV. Good night, everybody.